Welcome to our channel. Maduro kidnapped. Traoré targeted. Africa on the clock. Will we watch or resist? U.S. Special Forces capture Venezuela's Maduro after intense attack. Nicolás Maduro was betrayed. Kidnapped in the dead of night. Dragged out of his country and flown to the United States like a war trophy. And before the smoke even cleared in Washington and Paris, the chant began again. Not in whispers, but openly. Ibrahim Traoré must go. Mali's leadership must fall. Niger must be punished. So the question is no longer if Africa is next. The question is this: will Africans watch it happen again? Or will this be the moment foreign domination is finally expelled from African soil? Because what just happened in Venezuela is not an isolated event. It is a warning shot, and Africa is squarely in the crosshairs.
Message to Traoré, his allies, and Africa as a whole. Maduro was not just removed, he was made an example. Let's be clear, what happened to Nicolás Maduro was not about democracy, it was not about drugs, and it was not about human rights. It was about power, oil, and a dying global financial system. Venezuela sits on one of the largest oil reserves on Earth. And at a time when the petrodollar is weakening, any country that threatens to sell oil outside US dollar control becomes an enemy. Maduro challenged that system. He explored alternatives. He aligned with countries seeking to trade beyond the dollar. And worse, from Washington's perspective, he publicly condemned Israel's assault on Gaza. That was the final red line. Oppose the dollar system. Oppose Israel's actions. Refuse US control. The result? You are labeled a criminal, isolated, sanctioned, and eventually removed. Maduro's kidnapping was not justice. It was financial warfare disguised as law enforcement.
What's the economists are saying? The petrodollar is dying, and desperation is dangerous. The United States has ruled the world for decades, not just with weapons, but with currency control. Oil priced in dollars means global dependence on US banks, US debt, US power. But that system is cracking. More countries are trading outside the dollar. More alliances are forming beyond Washington's reach. And Venezuela's oil, independent and defiant, became a strategic threat. So what do empires do when their systems weaken? They don't reform. They steal. J.D. Vance, the United States Vice President, said it plainly. The oil must be returned. Returned to whom? To Venezuela's people? Or to the corporations and financial structures that have fed off the global South for generations? Maduro wasn't arrested. Venezuela was robbed.
From Caracas to Ouagadougou, the same playbook. Now shift your eyes to Africa. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. 3 countries that did something unforgivable. They said a no. No to foreign military bases. No to economic slavery. No to France's shadow control. And standing at the center of this rebellion is Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Young, unapologetic, Pan-African, and now openly named as the next leader to be removed. Just like Sankara, just like Lumumba, just like Gaddafi, the language has already started. Unstable, dangerous, authoritarian, needs intervention. Sound familiar? This is not coincidence. This is coordination. France is bleeding and calling the US for help. France is losing Africa. Its currency control is collapsing. Its military influence is rejected. Its political puppets are exposed. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger broke the chain, and France cannot accept it. But France no longer has the global muscle to act alone. So what does a wounded empire do? It brings in the United States. The same way NATO was used in Libya. The same way sanctions were used elsewhere. The same way Maduro was removed. France sets the target. America pulls the trigger. The media provides the cover. And African resources remain the prize.
This is not about African leaders. It's about African freedom. This is bigger than Traoré, bigger than Mali, bigger than Niger. This is about whether Africa will ever control its own destiny. History is clear. When leaders challenge empire, they are smeared. They are isolated. They are removed. From Patrice Lumumba to Thomas Sankara, the pattern never changes. And let's be honest, this system survives not only through foreign power, but through local betrayal. Elites, politicians, media voices paid to confuse the people, White supremacy is not just a race issue. It is a global power structure, and some black and brown faces defend it for access and profit. That truth must be faced. One system, one struggle. What is happening in Venezuela is connected to what is happening in Africa. What is happening in Africa is connected to what happens to black communities in the United States. Sanctions, surveillance, propaganda, militarization, different locations, same system. The global south is not poor, it is extracted. And the moment extraction is challenged, the punishment begins.
Final warning and call to consciousness. Maduro was taken to send a message. That message is now aimed at Africa, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and soon, anyone else who dares to stand upright. So the real question is not what America or France will do. The question is, what will Africans do? Will this be another chapter of silence? Another betrayal? Another martyr added to history? Or will this be the moment Africa says, enough? Enough coups disguised as justice. Enough resource theft disguised as aid. Enough domination disguised as democracy. Because if Africa falls again, it won't be by force alone. It will be because the people were distracted while history repeated itself. The clock is ticking, the targets are named, and the world is watching.
This is not a moment. This is not a trend. This is not politics. This is prophecy in motion. Africa's time is not coming. It has arrived. And no empire, no sanction, no military alliance can delay what history itself has written. They can resist it. They can mock it. They can attempt to crush it. But they cannot stop it. Because the rise of Africa is not dependent on Western permission. It is not subject to foreign approval. And it is not cancelled by the fear of those who benefited from Africa's silence. The same forces that once divided Africa now tremble at its unity. The same hands that looted its resources now shake at its awakening. The same voices that dismissed Africa now rush to control it because they know the balance is shifting. This is bigger than leaders, bigger than borders, bigger than armies. This is a generational turning point. Africa will no longer be explained, managed, or ruled from foreign capitals. Africa will speak for itself, stand for itself, defend itself. Those who stand in the way of this awakening will be remembered, not as gods of power, but as footnotes in Africa's rebirth. So to every African watching this on the continent and in the diaspora, stand firm, stay awake, reject division, protect sovereignty. History is moving, prophecy is unfolding, and Africa is no longer asking for space in the future. Africa is claiming it.